guys, it's Brittany and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited because we are doing a very impromptu Trader Joe's haul. And we're doing an impromptu Trader Joe's haul because I went to Trader Joe's today and it was completely not planned. And normally my Trader Joe's hauls are very planned because our Trader Joe's is like 30 minutes away from where we live. So I don't go that often, and believe it or not, I literally have not been to Trader Joe's since I was almost 9 months pregnant and my son is almost 7 months old. So it's been a hot second, but I'm so excited to share everything I picked up with you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On my channel, I do a ton of grocery hauls. So if that's content that you're into, make sure you subscribe, join my YouTube family. I'd love to have you here. I do Aldi hauls, Trader Joe's hauls, Walmart hauls. I also like to sprinkle in cooking videos and lifestyle content. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I like to share that a bit on my channel as well. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, make sure you stick around. And before we get into the haul, let me give a little bit of background. So I actually was in Annapolis. I live in Maryland for my son's doctor's appointment, and I have really exciting news to share. If you've been following my videos the last couple weeks, I've kind of talked about how my son has started baby-led weaning, but we've been avoiding major allergens because allergies run in our family. I have a severe peanut allergy. Both my brothers have severe peanut allergies, so my husband and I were like, yeah, we want to get him allergy tested before we introduce any of the major allergens. So I was in Annapolis yesterday to get him allergy tested, and thank goodness, we're so grateful that he is not allergic to any of the major allergens, which is huge. I was so nervous because it is a big deal when you have a food allergy. I mean, I've had to live with it my entire life. And of course, like, I have a peanut allergy, which is very severe, but it's a little easier to avoid than some of the other allergens. So I was just crossing my fingers. I'm like, I hope he's not allergic to wheat. I hope he's not allergic to dairy, because I cannot imagine life without bread and cheese, y'all. I just can't. So we're just so blessed and thankful that he is good to start trying the major allergens. We don't have to worry about it for now. Of course, there is a chance that in the future he could develop them, and the doctor said the best thing we can do is to start introducing them. So we got out of our appointment and Trader Joe's was literally right next door, and my mom was with me, and I was like, can we really go home without stopping at Trader Joe's? And the answer was no. So we went in there, and I will say, if you watch my Trader Joe's in the past, I usually do a humongous haul because I don't go that often. So this was a little bit of a smaller haul, but it's a decent haul. Like, I still got a good amount of stuff. But you're not going to see like a ton of produce. You're not going to see a ton of refrigerated items. I did pick up some like of my freezer staples, and we just put it in cooler bags, and because I went back to my parents' house afterwards for a little bit. So I didn't want to like buy a ton of stuff because I knew I would have to store stuff in their fridge and freezer in the interim. So long story short, we got a decent size haul. It's not as big as my normal hauls, but it's still worth sharing. So let's go ahead and get into the haul. And yeah, I'm just so excited to share everything with y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with our cold stuff first. So this is new to me. My mom actually recommended this. This is the corn and cheese. I'm going to be honest, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but it's basically corn cakes with cheese in the middle. So my mom said they actually ate like shredded beef, like barbacoa beef on top of this that she made in the slow cooker. I thought that was such a good idea, but you could just eat these as like a side dish or maybe like an appetizer or maybe even like a lunch or something. I just thought these were fun and something different to try. Next up, I have some just staples that I always like to have in my freezer. The mac and cheese, the regular flavor, and then the Hatch chili flavor. I actually prefer the Hatch chili over the regular flavor, but they're both really good. The Hatch chili just has a little bit of extra flavor and kick from the chilies. These I actually were not able to find the last time I was there, and I was happy to find them this time. It's the French style flatbread that has ham, caramelized onions, and Gruyere cheese. They're so good. I picked up 2. I like to have these on hand for just an easy dinner. You could serve these as an appetizer, quick lunch. They're just so delicious. They're definitely not like a pizza. Like, it's more of like a flatbread. So good. Okay, this is new to me, but not a new item. This is the frozen Spanish style rice. My mom also recommended this to me. She had this the other night. She served it with tacos, and I thought that was just a really quick, easy thing to have on hand just for taco night, for an easy side dish. Next up, we've got some more of my favorite items. The frozen mashed potatoes. They're just so convenient to have on hand for a quick side dish with dinner. Also, now that Isaac is eating solids, I thought that would be good to have on hand to make for him, because he has had potatoes already and really likes them. So I thought that would be much easier to have on hand than like cutting up potatoes, boiling them, all that jazz. Roasted corn, must have in my freezer. I'm completely out. I love using this, especially as we enter fall. For chilies, soups, must have item in my freezer. And then of course, the orange chicken. Also must have just for a quick weeknight dinner. I actually bought 2 bags of orange chicken and 2 bags of their vegetable fried rice. I love this stuff, and I've talked about this before, but I have a severe peanut allergy, so I pretty much avoid any type of like Chinese takeout, so this is a nice alternative for me to have. And then a couple other cold items. So we have the unexpected cheddar cheese. I love this stuff. This is especially good on salads. Like if you grate it and put it on like a Caesar salad, it's really good. It's really good in a salad with dried fruit or apples. So good, so good, so good, so good. Cannot recommend this enough. It's kind of like a cross between cheddar and Parmesan if I had to describe it. Then I picked up 2 dips. I got roasted garlic hummus. I don't actually love hummus, but Derek likes it, and I also thought this would be good for Isaac to try because it does have some ingredients in it that are allergens, and since we're trying to kind of start to introduce those, it's got like sesame in it, so that is something that he needs to be introduced to. So I thought this would be good. I could spread it on a little piece of toast or a vegetable or something like that. So we'll give that a try as well. And then this is one of my favorites. This is the pimento cheese dip, and this is so good on crackers or with vegetables, or sometimes I'll make like a grilled cheese sandwich using this. It's so delicious. It's definitely my favorite of the store-bought pimento cheeses that I've tried, and I would highly recommend this if you haven't tried it already. Sometimes when I go to Trader Joe's, I legit buy 3 of these. That's how much I like it, but I did restrain myself and I just bought 1. Moving on to our non-cold stuff, I did pick up some baking mixes. I really like Trader Joe's baking mixes a lot. I picked up their brownie truffle baking mix. This is one of my favorites. I've purchased this multiple times. I also really love their chocolate chunks, the semi-sweet ones in the baking section. So if you haven't tried those, check those out as well. They're perfect for chocolate chip cookies and mixing in to the brownie mix. So good. In my opinion, their mixes are so much better than like a Betty Crocker or a Duncan Hines mix. They're just really, really good. The banana bread mix is not new, but it's new to me. I haven't tried this yet, so I'm really anxious to try that because I do love banana bread. And I've made homemade banana bread before, but sometimes I can goof it up a bit. So I feel like it might be easier to just have a baking mix so I can't like mess anything up. I also picked up some bananas just for us to have this week, and Isaac also loves bananas, so wanted to add those to our grocery list as well. I didn't do like a full grocery shop with a ton of produce because this was kind of a last minute trip. So this was actually the only produce item I bought, kind of just to like hold us over until this weekend when I can go do like my regular shop. But wanted to grab those while we were out. I also picked up some of these Golden Rounds crackers. I had these before. They're basically like a Ritz cracker. I do think I prefer Ritz crackers over these, but these are good too. This kettle corn, can I tell you, this is the best kettle corn I've had so far. And the last time I did a haul, I picked this up and I waited so long to eat it. And then when I took it out of the pantry and started eating it, I was like, why has this been sitting in my pantry? This stuff is amazing. So I picked up 2 bags, and the ironic part of it is, the ironic part of it is I picked up this kettle corn the other day at BJ's Wholesale Club, and I've tried a bunch of kettle corn since I've tried this Trader Joe's kettle corn, and nothing has met the standard. It is just so good. So this is the Indiana brand, sweet and salty kettle corn. It's good, but it is just not even close. So I have this huge bag, and I literally just bought this like the day before I went to Trader Joe's. But I still picked up 2 of these because it's the perfect snack when you're on the couch and I watching like The Bachelor or a really good TV show, and it's just salty and sweet. It's that perfect combo. A lot of nights I'll crave dessert and it's like not super healthy to eat like ice cream every night. So I would much rather just have like a little bit of kettle corn, and it kind of satisfies my sweet tooth. So if you haven't checked out this kettle corn, you gotta try it. It's so delicious, especially now that we're coming up on fall. I just feel like popcorn is like such a good fall snack. Another pantry staple I like to have on hand, this is the Trader Joe's enchilada sauce. I've talked about this a ton in my Trader Joe's hauls. It is so good, and it's just super convenient to have in the pantry because it comes in a bottle. So if you don't use it all, you can reseal the bottle and stick it in your fridge. I like to use it for enchiladas, of course, but also Mexican rice skillets. It's just really handy to have on hand. Next up, I picked up some organic, sorry about that, I knocked over our pepper grinder. I picked up some organic flaxseed meal. So since we're starting to introduce Isaac to foods, he's really been enjoying oatmeal. So I thought this would be nice to have on hand just to add some extra nutrients to his oatmeal in the morning. I'm really starting to like research and dive into baby-led weaning. And I've been researching all the things and just really trying to figure out how to amp up his nutrition in the solid foods that we are feeding him. So I thought this would be great to have in, actually not our pantry, because I noticed yesterday that it says you have to refrigerate after opening, which is interesting. I've personally never not that I ever have, wait, what am I trying to say? I've personally never tried flaxseed meal, so I don't know a ton about it. So I'm glad I noticed that like on there it says to refrigerate after opening, because I probably would have just stuck it in my pantry. So I'll probably put it in a mason jar or maybe a lock and lock Tupperware container and just stick it in our fridge. Okay, next up we have some chips. These are the pita chips. These are really good. I think these are actually better than the Stacy's pita chips, and I like the Stacy's pita chips, but these are a little better in my opinion. Then we have some bread. So I got this Tuscan Pain bread. I prefer, well actually I don't know, I haven't tried this, but I've had the, is it the Everything Tuscan Pain bread that has like the Everything bagel seasoning on it? Really love that one, but since Isaac's been cleared to have wheat, I wanted to get a bread that he could try. So I went with a plain one just to be safe. So I'll probably plan to like cut this into strips, maybe toast it and put like almond butter on it, or maybe some like fruit spread, and let him just try that. Then I did pick up a new sauce. So this is new to me. I don't know if this is a new product, but this is the peri peri sauce. So we love the Nando's peri peri sauce, like from the restaurant. And when we go there, we will pick up a couple bottles of it. And we love to have it on hand for when we make like grilled chicken. Like we'll either put it on the chicken when we grill it, or we'll just dip our chicken in it. So I'm anxious to try this to see if it's comparable at all, because it's one of our favorite sauces. So I'm anxious to try that. It should be good. It looks really good. It looks almost exactly like the Nando's sauce from the restaurant. And then lastly, I picked up the creamy tomato basil pasta sauce. I actually used this recently in a recipe. It basically was just like, I made like a sausage pasta skillet with mozzarella cheese, and this was super good. So I wanted to pick up another jar to have it in our pantry. And I was thinking too, I should have picked up some of the Trader Joe's raviolis, because I feel like that sauce on their raviolis would be super good also. One last item I wanted to pull out of my fridge that I forgot about. I did pick up some almond butter for Isaac. I mentioned I have a peanut allergy. I also avoid tree nuts. I'm technically not allergic to them, so I won't be eating out of this, and Derek probably won't be eating out of this. But I wanted to start introducing almonds, because when we talked to the allergist yesterday, they were saying that the best thing you can do if your kid isn't allergic to the major allergens is introduce them to them, because there is that chance that they could develop allergies in the future. So the best way to prevent that is to make sure they're eating stuff. So I wanted to go ahead and pick this up. He actually tried it this morning for the first time. He did really well with it. I mixed it into some of his plain oatmeal, and I liked this specific almond butter because literally the only ingredients in it is almonds. There's no added sugar. There's no salt in this. So I thought this was perfect for him to have. So that was actually one of the reasons I wanted to go into Trader Joe's also, was just to kind of see if there was stuff I could pick up for him, because I feel like Trader Joe's is really good at having those organic, natural, like cleaner ingredients in some of their products. So I was happy I was able to find this and some other items for him. All right, so that is everything. I was really actually happy that I didn't go too overboard because I ended up spending $100, which is honestly really good for me. Typically when I go to Trader Joe's, I spend like a couple $100s. Plus, I do plan to go back in a couple weeks because their fall stuff is going to be coming out. So again, if you like Trader Joe's hauls, if you want to see what they're coming out with for fall, make sure you hit subscribe because I will probably be filming that in like 2 or 3 weeks, because right now it's like the last week in August. So I imagine stuff is probably going to be rolling into the stores in the next week or so. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a like. And yeah, I just really appreciate you guys all being here. I really appreciate your love and support on my channel. And I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.